Hello everyone, and in this video I will be walking you through init containers. Understanding init containers. Init containers are specialized containers that run before app containers and can contain utilities or setup scripts that are not present in an app image. Unlike regular containers, init containers always run to completion and each must complete successfully before the next one starts. Init containers can be used to block or delay the startup of application containers until a set of preconditions are met. So we have something like pod initialization and utility and scripts which can be run using init containers, or those utilities scripts can be contained in init containers, and this must run to completion before app container starts. So we have, for example, if you have multiple containers, so init container first will run to completion, then second will run to completion, and third and finally the app container. So this will all run one by one sequentially, and you can have some preconditions check that you can specify in the init container that must run, and then you have app container that starts after the init container runs to completion. So configuring init containers. Init containers are specified in the pod specification alongside the array of app containers. The init containers field is a JSON array and behaves exactly like the containers field. During pod startup, after the network and volumes are initialized, init containers are started in order. Each must exit before the next is started. If a container fails to start due to the runtime or exits before if a container fails to start due to the runtime or exits with failure, it is retried according to the pod restart policy. So we have pod specification which contains the init containers field, and it's like same like containers field, but it will be initialized first one by one. So pod specification contains both init containers and containers, and how you define the order in the YAML file, it will be run in the same order. So we have pod startup which initializes, for example, it can have some initialization about network, volumes, making a connection to database, or volume being ready. Then you will start the init container which runs to completion, and then same as I mentioned, second container and then app container. But in case there is a failure, then there is a failure like on failure, those policies are there exactly as a container, whether it should be always or never, or all like on failure. So it will trigger a retry of the init container. So this is an example. So we have got a pod and it has some name and all, and then we have containers field. This will come later, and we have two containers. So this will first start. So this container is init myservice, and this is running on this box. So basically this container is checking whether the myservice, so there must be a dependency, so myservice exists or not. So this is until command nslookup myservice, and then it will do a cat namespace dot service. So this is just to make it dynamic. So namespace dot service dot cluster local. So if this service is up and running, it will just say waiting for my service and sleep, and it will keep running. So until this service comes up, this init container will run. And same day we have one more like the DB service, and this is doing a lookup for the service mydb service, and this is my service. So this part is namespace. So my service dot namespace dot svc dot cluster dot local. So this is the fully qualified name of the service, and same for another DB service mydb dot same. Let's say this is department, like for example mydb dot sales dot svc dot cluster dot local. If it's not up and running, it will just wait and then sleep and again retry. So once this is successful, then this, and then finally the container will start up. And this is just an example. So this service can be defined like this. So my service, and it is running on target port 9376, and there's a mydb service. Okay, detailed behavior of init containers. So on pod startup, init containers are started in order and they must exit successfully before the next one is started. If a container fails to start, it is retried until if it succeeds or the pod is deleted. If a pod is restarted or the init container image changes, the init container is also restarted. So we have the first on init containers are started in order and we must exit successfully before the next one is started. Okay. If a container fails to start, it is retried until it succeeds or pod is deleted. So this is how it looks like. So pod startup starts init container, runs to completion, which we have already seen. If there is a failure, it will retry. But in case of a deletion, a pod deletion, init container will be deleted later on. So it will be in the reverse order. Or if the pod is deleted, init container will also be deleted. And if there is a pod restart or if you change the container image, init container image, this is not the pod container image, then also it will trigger the init container restart. So pod restart or container image, init container image change, it will do a restart. And that's all. Thanks for watching.